10 minutes.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you, Riley, because we are closing in on Christmas. The time is now for that last-minute shopping and shipping. This year, the National Retail Federation expects holiday sales to shatter records. The NRF predicting between 8 and 10.5% of an increase from previous years. That's in the ballpark, by the way, of 850 billion, yes with a B, more dollars. Experts say this year more people actually started shopping early because of supply shortages, but we know there are always plenty of us who wait until the very last minute. Our Celeste Springer is out in the hustle and bustle of it all today. She is live now from the UPS store off Washington Road. Celeste, you say it's been a very busy shopping day out there.
Absolutely super busy, and despite the weather, there are still people here going at it. They've got the big truck out here loading this thing up with all those last minute packages. People are probably checking their phones anxiously, trying to make sure, is my shipment going to make it in time, even me? But as of right here, right now, the hustle and bustle has kept on going. In fact, today has been the last day to ship out those packages from UPS without having to pay for that extra 2-day or overnight shipping in order for them to get there by Christmas. But interestingly, a survey from the Financial Inc. says 53% of people wouldn't find themselves paying for expedited shipping. One person I talked to today, though, she tells me she's not worried about her package getting here in time.
It was just a last minute gift that I thought about, and I just wanted to send it off, even, if it does arrive late. It's still, the thought of, that special surprise even after Christmas. It's still like a nice thing to do.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, I'm working on a story hearing from all the people behind the scenes, making sure that we have a great Christmas. What they say about this holiday season compared to last might actually surprise you. That's coming up in the next half hour. Hour.
They truly are Santa's helpers this time of year. Thanks for that, Celeste. First at 5, be on the look. A year-round tourist destination, that is the goal for the city of Myrtle Beach as it heads into the new year. This live look out at the coast there is courtesy of EarthCam. Looks peaceful out there, doesn't it? A little cold for a stroll on the beach, though. The city says it plans to use marketing strategies to bring tourists to the Grand Strand all year long to boost the local economy and keep folks employed. City leaders say they're expecting a big year as more people get back out and plan vacations. That's why they're taking steps now to support small businesses and get more workers in open jobs.
Do whatever we can that's within our purview to get this workforce situation more under control. I think it gives more security for the workers, and it also gives more surety and stability for the employers who are trying to run these businesses. And I would hope that we could do better next year so we don't have quite the roller coaster that we had in 2021.
Right now, Myrtle Beach is known as a 9-month seasonal destination for families, meaning a lot of those city workers actually lose their jobs during the off-season. That's why the city says it is set on more growth in the new year to become a year-round gig to help support them. Speaking of the new year, the 2022 numerals are officially in Times Square now. They are 7 feet tall and use just under 600 light bulbs. They'll stay on display on the plaza through the 23rd, then they'll head up to the top of the square. Right now, New York City's New Year's Eve festivities are actually still up in the air as the Omicron variant continues to spread. City officials say they'll have a decision if the show will go on by Christmas Day.
Well, we did not have a lot of sun today, but it will afternoon. Take a look at a much warmer outlook by the weekend in just about 10 minutes.
Thanks so much, Riley. It's the season of giving, and many local organizations like the Salvation Army rely on the generosity of others to keep their doors open. Just yesterday, Wallet Hub rated Augusta as the 20th worst city when it comes to issues like homelessness and food insecurity.
Not a list we want to be on for sure, but so far, the giving is falling short. And as our Sloan O'Cone reports, the need is greater than ever.
Right now, I'm in a family room at the Center of Hope. They give families a private, safe space to stay. They have their own bathrooms and their own storage spaces. On average, every year, it costs about $13,000 to maintain one of these rooms, and that's only a fraction of the donations still needed by the Salvation Army this year. They're short $50,000 of their $180,000 goal, the same goal as last year,
but now a lot more needs to meet. The Salvation Army is grateful for their donations so far, but
50,000 goes a long way. It helped us serve so many people.
to put it in perspective, it's enough to help the 31,000 people that fill these beds every night for a month, or provide over tens of thousands of meals to those who need it most in our community.
You give a family a chance in this world. You give a family a chance to have a place for their kids, to have food for their families, that hope, that encouragement.
So it's more than the money, it's the security that creates a feeling.
When somebody comes in, they have a face of like confusion. They don't know what's going to happen. Their face is so like, okay, I'm lost. They leave out here smiling, filled with so much joy, knowing that they are taken care of.
Security, love, and hope.
It makes it all worth it in the end.
And there are still 3 days left for you to donate or even volunteer. If you volunteer for 4 hours, you could raise enough money to house an individual for 19 days at the Center of Hope, or a family to stay in a room just like this for 8 days. In the Center of Hope, Sono Cone, on your side.
Thanks so much, Sloan. Still plenty of time to give. The Red Kettle campaign ends on Christmas Eve at 3 o'clock.
And of course, you can always donate anytime on their website. We've got a link for you on wrdw.com. A solemn anniversary in
Well, it's written here in black and white. You're running out of time to ship unless you want to shell out a lot of green. But even such little options in the days until winding down, the last-minute frenzy to get everything right is ramping up. News 12 Celeste Springer is live outside the UPS on Washington Road. And Celeste, there's not much time left for these last-minute shippers and shoppers.
No, not very much time at all. The UPS store here closes in about 25 minutes, and then after that, you want your presents to make it in time for Christmas, you're gonna have to fork out that big money for the overnight or 2-day shipping. The countdown to Christmas is on, y'all, and people are running around town trying to get those last-minute errands done, but I went along for the ride.
'Twas the countdown to Christmas, and all through the town, not a creature was stirring, well, except every Augustan around. Okay, I'm not going to spend the rest of this story rhyming, but you get the picture. It was busy.
Some people look happy doing it, some people don't look too happy.
Terrence McLean braved the store for just one thing. But like most everyone else here, he's got more to do.
Me and my wife, we gotta go do a few little odds and ends, but for the most part, it's gonna be real light, real simple.
Across town, we found plenty of truckers making a quick stop before working to get the shelves stocked.
We stayed pretty busy all through the whole thing. We hadn't slowed up none.
Greg Cowell is one of the lucky ones. He's headed back home for the holidays. But there will be other truckers on the road, the same ones that keep our small businesses stocked. Stocked, even though sales are through the roof.
Amazing. I'll start crying again. This has been our 8th year, and it has been our best season.
Gifts are flying off the shelves at Impressions of the South.
Like this one here.
The next step, praying they'll make it under the tree in time. But at the UPS store,
It's still, the thought of, that special surprise even after Christmas.
some people aren't letting the stresses of timelines get the best of them.
And I think that last woman definitely said it best, that it definitely is the thought that counts. And hey, if you're already shipped your gifts and you're nervous about them getting there in time, just go ahead and kick your feet up, because let's face it, it is all out of our hands now.
That's right, Celeste. Not a lot of time to ship those gifts, but hey, a lot of our local businesses are still open for sure. Thanks so much.
I'm with you on the better late than never, too. A South Augusta family turns their